Welcome back to the show, guys. This is your interim DM, Marcus Womble.
This is your less than average player, John Carter,
And I'm George.
former GM.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Out of Character Adventure podcast.
Before we get into it, I would like to first say thank you to Syrinscape.
Thank you to Syrinscape.
Thanks to Syrinscape, my paltry storytelling comes a little bit more alive.
There's chickens?
That's poultry.
Oh.
But yeah, this way my my storytelling, what's going on, is not quite as foul.
I think you quacked it up.
I quacked him up.
Yeah, you did. You always quack me up. Okay.
What's up, George?
Nothing much. Just here to enjoy another riveting installment of your storyline.
Did you get the note about the new sponsor?
I don't believe I did.
So well, I just checked and it just came in.
Ooh.
But I'm sure you've heard of Pap's salsa.
Pap's salsa? I think I've had some of that before.
They make all sorts of the really
Like condiments?
fruity salsas, like the mango salsa. They have the peach salsa,
Yeah.
apple salsa. I believe there was a strawberry salsa.
I wish there was some... I like their salsas, but, I'm not really a big salsa guy. I like their company.
Well, they're branching out. They are based in New York, so there's a big... Sorry, John. There's a big Jewish population over there, and they're branching out into bagels. So
Ooh.
now you can pick up some of your Pap Schmear.
Oh, nice.
Yep. They are staying with the fruit theme, so you can get some of your strawberry Pap Schmear.
Yeah.
The raspberry Pap Schmear is I've heard is great. Someone was saying something that the apple Pap Schmear was golden, but I've heard the best is the peach.
See, I'm not a big fan of peach, but
Get your
I
peach Pap Smear.
But I know my sister, she's a big fan of peach, so I'll go
Yeah.
tell her to get her pap smear.
Yeah, yeah. My wife just got her Pap Smear. She loves it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Huh. I usually hear that they usually aren't fond of pap smears because sometimes they're a little cold.
Yeah.
But,
Well, to each their own.
yeah. Get a warm bagel.
Yeah.
Just have a pap smear kind of day.
Just all over it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we have a sponsor today.
Yeah. I feel like it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Well, anything else, guys?
Nothing I have to add.
I refuse to put on my headphones and be a part of your shenanigans.
All right.
And with that note from John, let's get into it.
Play the song, George. Last week,
I cast Fireball.
I don't think it's time for that yet.
Oh.
I think that's level 5.
Just make some quick changes.
Okay. It's not last week. Last episode, we found our bumbling band of buffoons winding their way all over these caves after they accosted a poor Tabaxi who couldn't even really think for himself.
I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job.
And
I'm the tabaxi for this job.
just as he was about to decide not to go tell everybody, Darren
Yep.
tried to kill him.
Yep.
At which point he decided to run off and tell everybody. After that, they did a little bit of exploring after figuring out there was probably some loot hidden that they had missed. They found a chest with quite a bit of gold and gems, as Darren did not check for traps and exploded in his face.
Yep.
And then went to find the other chest as Cricket did not look where he was stepping and nearly fell into a death pit of trap.
Yep.
Is that
Damn.
is that words death pit of trap? Anyways,
We'll take it.
I was just gonna let you not acknowledge it.
they followed the river back up and found a couple of empty chairs. Had to go underwater a bit and found a couple of empty sleeping bags. And finally came to a portion where they see light ahead. And they were just about to turn the corner and head in. And we need to roll for initiative,
Yeah.
Wait, why?
just in case.
Can we get George like a proper dice tray?
If you'd like to invest in one for me, by all means.
Oh yeah, no. That's gonna be a soft 20.
A 16 for me.
All right. So that was Darren with 20
Yeah.
and 16 for Cricket.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So top of the order will be Darren. You said that you had a firebolt ready to go.
Yeah.
Are you still holding that, or would you like to do something else? Would you like to do something else with your turn?
Well, here's the thing. Darren doesn't know that there's a danger ahead because we just jumped this episode without explaining what he has seen.
Well, you've seen a bunch of empty chairs and sleeping bags. You see light ahead.
He says something about voices.
Make a wisdom check. I don't know.
6.
6. There may be bad guys up there.
Oh, okay. I'm a 15, 30, since it's difficult terrain, right?
Since it's 10-foot squares, you can go around them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
Well, killed those two already. Oh, you are on a roll.
Let's knock everything over, John.
3 down.
This one keeps coming back up, though.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just going to get right here.
Okay.
Look around.
All right. So you come out. As you come into view,
Oh, are we still moving stealthily?
Don't look at me.
are y'all still moving stealthily?
I thought we were.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll stealth check.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Which would be a total of 24.
All right. What happens?
Well, I see these three, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna cast a Scorching Ray.
Okay. What is the... Is it a count?
No, it's three.
It's 3.
Yeah,
okay,
three motes.
1 to each.
120 foot range. Here's my Buscemi pillow. I'm gonna re-roll this too.
Okay.
I'll take that 12. The lowest one, you'll see, is 17.
Okay.
17.
So, 3 lines of fire shoot out as the fire erupts from your hand. They see where you're at, and in the time that it takes the fire to travel, they are all going to release their arrows that they've been waiting with ready.
Just those 3?
Yeah, they're the only ones that can see you right now.
Okay.
So that'll be a 14.
Misses.
That'll be a 21.
Shield.
Okay. And 7.
Yeah, they all miss.
Okay. Ricocheting off the wall behind you.
You know what, Marcus? I think I'm going to empower this one.
Empower that shit.
So I can do up to 5. 1, 2, 3. I'll just do 4. Better or worse, I guess. 6, 7. No. 5, 7, and 7.
5, 7, 7.
5, 7, 7.
Okay. The one directly in front of you looks very badly wounded. The other 2 fall where they are.
Good. Do I know what these are?
These are just a smattering of bandits. You see various races, genders, musical preferences. Since I don't like to be sexist or racist, we're going to refer to them by their music of choice. So you see classical music directly in front of you, very badly wounded.
Okay. Which ones did I kill?
You killed Hard Rock and Texas Country.
You can take me to jail now.
All right.
That's all my movement, right?
You tell me. 30. Right? Yes. Okay. So, anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Big guy with the axe. You see him out of your periphery. And as he sees the fire come flying out of there, he's going to charge in your direction. So he's going to go 10, 20, 30, and then he will go ahead and dash. Let's go 40, 50, 60, yeah. So he is standing directly in front of you, blocking your path to get inside, and right behind you is Cricket. It is going to be this half of the little bandit minion, so classical music is going to take a shot at you. He's going to step to the side and shoot around Wamba. And
Oh, this is the Wamba.
this is Wamba. That'll be a 6.
Nah, I don't think it's going to be it, boss.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. An 8.
That gets me. No, sorry.
Okay. That's going to be all he does, and after that, it is going to be Cricket.
How tough does Wombo look?
Wamba is standing in front of your ally here. He is a half-orc.
Yeah.
You see scars kind of all over his body, missing a left eye, just gaping hole there. He looks like he's seen quite a bit of battle, and knows his way around that axe he's carrying.
Okay. Cricket thinks. He assesses the situation. He doesn't know how many enemies are beyond this point. But he sees one.
2. He sees
Two.
2.
How do the strengths differ? How tough are visibly? Who looks more menacing? The half-orc or the bandit behind?
The half-orc.
Okay. Cricket's gonna kind of just close his fists, look at this half-orc. Here's a little suggestion for you. We're your friends. You don't want to hurt us. The ones you want to hurt are the ones that used to be your friends, but they betrayed you, and now they need to die. I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
All right. This is a wisdom save.
Correct.
So looking into his eyes, you see a man who knows how to hit, knows how to take hits. Doesn't really look like he has very good decision making for his life. But he rolled a natural 20.
All right. Okay. He's not within. He's he right up against Darren, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I don't think there's much else I can do.
Release Chucky.
Yeah. There's not much else I can do, so I'll just. That's all I can do. That's on my turn.
All right. Excuse me. So, as you see him kind of glare in your direction, and you know that your suggestion did not really stick.
Yeah.
Around the side of the wall, you hear more pattering as we're going to go with hip hop in the front and dubstep.
Kill that one dead. So they move. Where they move?
They're going to be running towards classical music.
10, 20, 30. Oh.
You want to
These-
just take the 2 dead ones out, and we can leave them laying on the ground?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
'Cause these don't move very well. 10, 20, 30.
So hip hop, dubstep, and we'll have alternative come around the back of the group.
10, 20, 30.
No. Oh yeah, that's all you can do. Can alternative music see Darren?
I don't believe so.
All right. So the first 2 are going to take shots with their bows. That'll be a 22.
Just hits.
Okay. And a 10.
That one does not.
Okay, so you're going to take 9 max damage on that one.
That feels great.
Okay. And as I'll say, the last one's going to dash to get behind the group so he can take a shot next time.
Okay.
Yep. And then behind, or in the very back, the other half orc is going to dash up next to Wamba. Yes. And he's going to wait for his next turn, and he is going to rage. All right. Back at the top with Darren. What do you do?
Huh. This does not look fun. And I will teleport this way.
Teleport?
I will Misty Step.
Oh, nice.
And then I will cast a Firebolt at him.
Okay. Can you still see him?
From right there.
All right, yeah.
And I ignore half cover.
Perfect.
You're perfect. Does a... Get a plus 3. Does a 14 hit?
The 14 just hits.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. On Wamba, it does not hit. Sorry about that.
And I'll be like, we should run away a little bit.
Do you use your movement?
Yes.
Okay.
10.
Difficult terrain.
Right there.
Yeah. And next, Wamba is going to run up and attack the person who tried to trick him into hurting his friends. He has a great axe. He lifts it up above his head, comes swiping down, but catches the wall as a piece is hanging out, and it glances off and comes down and deals himself
Oh, wow.
7 damage. Do you roll on that one?
He did.
Nice.
All right. Next up, it is
Classical music?
Cricket. I actually did classical music out of order last time. It's Cricket.
Okay. How how lit is it where I am?
It's lit.
It's dim light.
Perfect. All right.
And Darren, you are now in darkness if your light cantrip is off.
It's not.
Okay.
All right.
How bright is your cantrip right now?
10 by 10 right now? No, it's 5 by 5.
Okay.
I'm going to. Yeah. I don't really see a real good way out of this. Man. I'm going to say some unintelligible words under my breath, and I'm going to reach out into kind of this black ether darkness, and you see shadows surround my hand and kind of form a decrepit, bent sword of some sort, and it is wreathed in this blackness, this shadow. And I cast Shadow Blade as a bonus action.
All right.
And I strike out at this creature with advantage because we're in dim light.
This I like.
I do too.
Excuse me while I look it up, make sure. Okay. So proficiency, so it'd be an 18.
That'll hit.
Awesome. Ooh. That is going to be, I don't think I add anything to it. 12 points of damage.
What type of damage?
It is psychic.
Psychic.
So, even if he's raging, he can't have it. You see this black blade, and I stretch it out, and then just almost look away as I swipe this sword at this creature, and it doesn't cut him. It actually goes through him like a ghost. But as it does, you can see him racked with pain.
Okay, so the blade strikes through him, and you see a moment where he thinks that you miss, as you didn't feel the slash, and then he just becomes racked in pain. After that, do you do anything else?
I can't really move back, so I'll stay there.
Okay. After that, it will be Classical Music's turn, and he's gonna fire off with that bow again. Ooh, ooh, ooh! I was really close to being a natural one. But that is only going to be a 8 to hit you.
Misses.
Okay. Flies. He's avoiding hitting Wamba in front of him. Flies over his shoulder, and it's way too high to hit you. After that, it will be Hip Hop. He's gonna. Yeah. That's the other three, and then that one. So Hip Hop's gonna fire. That is gonna be an 11 to hit.
I think that misses him.
Miss.
Dubstep takes a shot, which will be a 17 to hit.
Hits.
And you take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then Alternative Music shoots his arrow as this barrage comes flying over. 2 of them miss, 1 strikes you. Not as hard as you would think it would hit you. And after that, you see this half-orc behind who started raging. He is going to run up. Is it 10?
Technically, it has a water going through it.
So 20. And then he cannot get into that space. So what he is going to do, he's holding a greatsword in his hands, not thinking straight in his rage, chunks it in your direction.
Okay.
So it becomes an improvised weapon. Does a... Nope, that's an 11.
Miss.
So that'll miss. As a great sword just goes flying over your head, clatters against the wall behind you, and falls to the floor.
Awesome.
After that, it will be Darren's turn.
Is it behind him or occupying the same space since he's up against the wall?
It'll be just at his feet.
So if I started a dex saving line from that sword up, would he be out of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's to the side of him.
Okay.
And you could launch it.
I'm going to catapult that greatsword down this whole line of people.
All right. The entire group is just in a freaking line.
Yeah. All right, so dex save.
So this will be Wamba. Natural 1.
Oh yeah, he's going to get fooked. So that's 3d8 points of damage
Okay.
plus 2d6 because it's a greatsword. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll say with the natural 1, go for that 2d6.
Yes.
Is this bludgeoning damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, 20 points of damage.
Bludgeoning and slashing?
Uh-huh.
All right. And I will say that sword flies forward out of nowhere and impales him, sticking out of the liver area.
Nice.
And he does not look too well.
Does that look like to impact him pretty normally?
No, you would think that most people being impaled by a greatsword like this would be doing a lot worse off. He does look like he's pretty close,
Okay.
but for most people, that would finish the job.
All right, cool. Got it.
All right, do you do anything else?
Nope. I'll
Okay.
stay right where I am.
Then it is his turn, and with a greatsword sticking out of his lower stomach, he reaches up with that great axe again.
Yep.
And comes down right on you.
Another natural one.
Yep. And all right, so what's going to happen here is he reaches up with that great axe, and the movement just puts enough pressure on that great sword that it kind of slices internally on him. You see him fall face first, and then pick himself back up on one knee. Next,
I don't like
And
none
as-
of it.
as he gets up, just got knocked down. He looks at you and says, "You'll never keep me down." Cricket.
I am going to just kind of shake my head, raise my sword, and then just bring it down on him.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Does a 17 hit?
17 hits.
Awesome. That's only 4 points of psychic damage.
Doesn't matter. You slice straight through his corporeal body as he falls backwards. Life drained out of his eyes. Next up, well, do you have anything else you want to do?
Since he's no longer a threat, I'm gonna back up a bit
Okay.
and just kind of be right in front of Darren.
All right, so you can curve around, be out of sight for the most part.
Yeah.
Classical music is going to run past the other half-orc.
Let's do dashers. That's as far as you can get.
He's going to take a shot with 3/4 cover.
All right.
That'll be an 8 to hit, so
Miss.
it's just going to clatter off the wall. And after that, we're going to see this group of other music lovers just kind of sending a barrage of arrows down that hallway, and just they can't really see you or get to you.
Right.
But that's all they've got right now. After that, it's going to be the other half-orc. He's going to run past.
20.
So that'd be 10.
Oh. But no, this is river. So it's difficult terrain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
20.
20. And then he will dash to try to get up to you. All right.
Is that it?
That's going to be his turn.
Who's up?
After that, it will be you, Darren.
So his rage ends?
Not until his next turn. If he doesn't get hit by anything.
Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna do fire bolts at him. The nat 1.
Misses.
I'm just like, I'll back away some more.
Okay.
20, 30.
Okay. After that, it will be Cricket.
Yeah, he's already coming at me. So I'm gonna begrudgingly, like, just slide in with that sword again.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't have a weapon. He threw his greatsword,
Yeah.
so he's coming at you unarmed. I don't know if that means anything different for your person.
No, because he's still coming after me. That's gonna be a 22.
That'll hit.
11 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
All right. He takes 11 points. Just eyes twisted in pain as he is used to not really taking as much damage from people's attacks.
What is this shit?
Do you do anything else?
I like retract my sword from his body, and I'm just like shaking my head, like not even trying to look at him, just trying to maintain my like form, but very conflicted, obviously.
Okay.
The boulder is conflicted.
After that, classical music runs up right behind him, and he's gonna. Looks like another half cover on this one. Oh. I can roll straight. That is a 12.
Miss.
All right. Finding it hard to really aim through everything going on with all the walls and allies. That'll be his turn, and after that, we're gonna have hip hop and dubstep and alternative running behind, and they're gonna hold actions. After that, this angry half-orc fellow is gonna come down on you, Cricket.
Yeah.
Wrap his arms around you and attempt to bite your ear off.
Okay.
Whoa.
That'll be a 7.
I go right. Oh, so he's attacking, right?
Yeah.
Miss.
Okay. That is all he's got. Darren, what do you do?
I can see him. Man, for once, fire's not working how it should for me. Let's try something new. I'll ray of frost him.
Okay.
15 plus 8.
That'll hit.
He takes 5 cold damage. His movement is reduced by 10.
Okay. All right. After that, Cricket, you see a blast of cold air fly over your shoulder and slam into him and kind of slows him down a bit. What do you do?
How does he look?
He's not too bad off right now.
All right. I will just go at him again with my sword.
Okay.
That's going to be an 11.
11 does not hit. You swing up. He's a little bit too close in your space, and you can't really get a good arc on it, and can't really find purchase. After that, do you do anything else?
There's not much I can do. So I stay in place.
All right. Classical music's going to kind of swing around him and take a shot at you.
Did my cold damage seem to do what it was supposed to do?
Yes.
Okay.
That is going to be a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
All right.
I don't have any cover, do I?
Not since he's able to get around.
Okay.
And that'll be 6 points of piercing damage as the arrow slams into a thigh. After that, Hip Hop's gonna try to come up behind. He'll have half cover with his shot, which will be a 9.
Miss.
All right, and the other two gonna take shots with 3/4 cover. It's gonna miss and miss as arrows just start flying, clattering off of walls. After that, it is going to be the half orc, and he is going to attempt to grapple you.
Okay. $18.
Natural 20. He's going to pick you up and start dragging you back.
All right, so he's got half his movement, 15, and it's difficult terrain, so he only moves like one space.
Yeah.
All right.
But he's going to move you back enough to where the rest of the group should be able to have
Clear
line of sight on you.
Okay.
After that, you see, Darren, you see this half-orc pick up your companion and start pulling him back. What do you do?
I sit there and go, "Oh no, bitch!" And I'll clap my hands together and scorching ray him 3 times.
Okay. Make 3 attacks.
The lowest one was a 14,
That'll miss.
and the 16 and 17.
The other 2 hit.
Okay. A total of 20. No. Yes. Total of 20 points of fire damage.
20 points. All right. You hit him with 2 of your blasts, and he's holding on tight to Cricket, and you feel him fall backwards straight on his back, and he lets you go as he attempts to get back up. And again, he looks at you and he said, "You'll never keep Chumba down."
Wumba chumba.
Chumbawamba.
Chumba.
After that, Cricket, it's your turn. You're both prone on the ground.
I get up.
Okay.
I want to... I want to stare down all the other bandits
Okay.
that are lined up. I'm going to point to them, and with my other hand, I'm just going to take my blade and then just sink it down into Chumpa's chest.
Okay.
Uh, 23.
That'll hit.
11.
You see his eyes no longer focus on anything as they stare off into a deep void. Make an intimidation check.
19.
There are 4 of them. Yeah, every single one of these bandits are frightened at this moment. The first one, the classical music, who's already very wounded, is going to just attempt to run in the opposite direction. So you can take Chumba out of there.
So he starts running.
Yep.
That's where
He will dash. Next, Hip Hop is going to take a shot with disadvantage at you. Which would a 13 hit you?
No, misses.
All right. So just straight fear in his eye lets loose erratically and then starts heading back out the cave as well. After that, Dubstep's going to take a shot, also with disadvantages. He's going to whiff way over your shoulder. Yeah. And then he's going to start running back. And then last alternative music will take a shot. That will be a 19 to hit.
Hits.
All right, with pure dumb luck, is able to sink an arrow straight into your stomach for max damage for 9 points of piercing damage. As all 3 of ran out into the cavern. After that, Darren, you see your friend
Hip-hop.
Cricket. What?
Huh?
You see your friend Cricket has taken quite a few hits with arrows. How are you
I
looking?
forgot to make concentration checks for my Shadow Blade, but
Yeah.
we're good.
Okay.
I'm looking pretty bad.
Okay. So you run up to him, past him. See him fairly wounded.
I'll run. I'll start running past him,
Okay.
and I'll go. Just stay back for a little bit, bud. I'll firebolt that guy.
Okay. Make an attack.
I will. 17 on the die hits.
That definitely hits.
10.
All right, as you see alternative music just catch a flame and life sputters out. You see hip hop and dubstep are the 2 closest to you, and classical music wounded towards the front. And as you come up a bit, or I guess no, from there you still can't see. So it'll be your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Cricket, what do you do?
I'm gonna move 30 feet out of here.
Back the opposite direction?
No, into the cavern.
Okay. So you get just past Darren.
And then I'm gonna dash. If I can get behind one of them.
You are right behind him.
All right. That's all I'll do.
Okay. As you're coming up behind them, they see you, and first two, they're just gonna dash. The one you are right behind is going to knock an arrow, turn, and take a step back and try to fire. You can take an attack of opportunity. Hold on.
No longer with advantage.
30. You are just outside of bright light, so you're still in dim light.
Dope. 22
That'll hit.
for 11 points.
All right. Dubstep is no more.
My turn?
Do you do anything else?
No, that was his turn. Remember?
Oh, yes. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Darren, your turn.
So I come out.
All right. So you both now see Jarek, the tabaxi from the cavern before, laying beaten to a pulp, just barely gasping for breath at the foot of a fire, and classical music and hip hop running away.
Just gonna Kobe. Throw a firebolt at hip hop.
Make an attack.
At 15.
That hits.
6.
Okay.
6 damage of fire.
All right.
Kobe.
You throw this mote of fire up in the air, and it comes down on his back. As he's running, he falls to the ground, manages to barely scramble back up. He looks a little bit worse off than classical music.
Oh, fuck.
Cricket. What are you doing?
Excuse me. I'm going to I guess move 30 feet forward, closer to them.
Okay.
I kind of take a quick glance at Jarek,
Yeah.
but he's breathing, right?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'll kind of half-heartedly I'm still kind of keeping an eye on him, reach out, pull more of that like shadowish energy. The light glimmering on my hand, I like use the shadows behind me, behind the light that's being cast, kind of grab it, and you see this like black, almost ember-like energy, and I just fling it forward to the one that doesn't look. Let's see, we have classical music and
Hip hop.
hip hop. You said classical music looks further worse off.
Hip hop is worse off right now.
Okay,
They're both
then I'll
within an inch of their lives.
I'll
basically.
fling it at classical.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
Just hits.
8 points.
All right. He falls and skids to a stop in front of Hip Hop, who's still running. And as Hip Hop sees this, he's just gonna fall on his face, start just weeping on the ground,
And I can't
And-
move closer to him.
and cover his head. It's gonna be his turn. He's gonna fall and start crying. He'll start begging, just saying, "Please, man, you don't know what it's like. It's the only thing I could do. Please, just let me live. I won't do this ever again." Darren.
I will walk up. 5, 10, 20, 30. And I will You bet your sweet ass you won't ever do anything like this again. Drop all your weapons and lay there until we figure out what's going on.
Bo's already on the ground.
As I start holding the firebolt.
He's gonna push it to the side, and it goes skittering off away from him about 5 feet. At this point, we can be out of combat.
I'll watch him. You go find something to heal with. I had a vial earlier and see if there's any potions around. Check the big guys. And then I'm going to go see if I can stabilize the tabaxi.
Okay. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
That's a natural one.
Okay. You go up and you see his chest. When he takes a breath in, instead of expanding it, it goes in. And when he breathes out, it pushes back out, just opposite of what a chest should be doing. You know from just what you've heard about first aid and medicine and stuff, with bad injuries, you should apply pressure. So that's what you do to this chest. You apply pressure. The gasping stops, so maybe it worked. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Cricket.
Oh shit, 22.
22. Give me a medicine check.
Soft 20.
All right. You recognize paradoxical breathing like this, and the fact that what's happening is he's got a section of ribs that have been broken by the guys beating on him. And with all his labored breathing, Darren pushing so hard on these ribs that are already broken has just made him stop breathing. And he is probably going to suffocate here in a few seconds if he doesn't stop.
I'm doing it. I got him.
I run
he's
towards
fine.
him
He's
and
fine.
I peel him off.
And I don't know any better, so I'm gonna try to be like, no, he's fine. He's better.
I try to be a barrier between the two, and I give the kill sign.
No, I'm not killing him.
I make it an effort to not let Darren get anywhere near him.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still on him.
I'm trying to push you off.
Give me contested strength checks.
What'd you get?
That's gonna be a 14.
That's gonna be a 9.
Oh yeah, I win.
All right, so Cricket's able to pull Darren off of Jarrett here.
No, stop! What are you doing? Stop! No, I was saving his life.
And I believe
with all the commotion, you hear to the side Hip Hop starts kind of scrambling and trying to run away.
Just throw a firebolt at the wall next to him.
Okay. He just stops in his tracks.
Lay back down, close to the river to us now. Come on.
He kind of army crawl, kind of limp, scoots the best he can up to the river next to you. Leaves the bow behind.
I'm a hog tie this guy while you heal this one. cross over, pull out some rope. Does he have any rope in his pack?
Jarek?
No, the bandit.
Oh, yeah, it's easy enough to find someone with rope.
Hog time. Have his arms and legs up in the air.
Yep.
Tied together.
Well, look, man, this is all unnecessary. I'm not going to do it. I'm just trying to get away. I don't want to die.
Around his mouth.
Right.
Look at him real sternly.
Yeah.
Stop talking. You're not going to know this. Quit it.
You see tears like well up in his eyes as he's just contemplating all the horrible ways you're going to kill him with fire.
Quite possibly. Now I'm going to pat him down.
Okay. Perception check.
17.
17. Are you going to search everyone?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and say with that 17, across Chumba and Wamba, you find 40 gold. And then from the other 5 dead bandits, you find another about 20 gold altogether.
Okay.
This guy's got about 2 gold on him.
So 72.
62.
62.
How do you look, by the way, Darren?
I look fine. Do I see any like health potions, rations, or anything like that that might help?
So on alternative music and dubstep, when you get to them, they were completely drenched in water. And on dubstep, you find another empty vial, but nothing else.
I'm going to look over Jarek,
Yeah.
and I'm going to take Sally out
Okay.
and then kind of set her opposite. Like, I'm on, like, right in front of Jarek's right arm, and she's, like, set right in front of his left arm.
Okay.
So we're kind of right across each other, him in the middle. And I'm going to kind of...
Perpendicular? You're perpendicular with him?
Yeah, more or less. I'm going to kind of like head in my hand, just kind of think, and then I just kind of like shake my head, kind of like whatever, and I put my hand on his chest, and you start seeing a soft glow of almost green purple, almost like it's iridescent, like the surface of a bubble. It's very like a myriad of colors, but they're all within green and purple. And I'm going to heal him for 1.
You do see the paradoxical breathing stop,
Okay.
and he starts getting a full breath.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, that's all I do for now.
Okay. You don't add anything to your healing?
No, it just says a D6.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just kind of stand next to him. I kind of take some old clothes out of my back, make a nice little like, I guess not a pillow, but just kind of a headrest, slide it underneath him, and then you're interrogating.
No, I just hopped at him.
All right. Have you tied him up yet?
Yep.
All right. And I'm gonna kind of help you. Suggest we bring him over to Jared.
That's a great idea. We should hawk time together. Why did I think of that?
And I kind of like point to Jarrett, like all the wounds and how he's beat, and I'm just kind of like, like nod towards you, like really?
Yeah. We can give him a pretty loose hog tie. I'm just kidding. Damn. Bring him over. Take out his the rope around his mouth.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your name?
Let me check my notes. Hold on.
My name is classical music.
This was hip hop. This one's Joaquin.
Joaquin?
Yep.
Joaquin.
Hey. Anyone else in these caves?
Look, man. Jarek ran into y'all and
That's not what I asked.
no.
All right. Y'all got anything else hidden around here?
No.
When you gave it away, do I believe him?
You believe him.
Okay.
But you do already know that they had chests hidden that he wasn't telling you about.
Well, here's the thing, Joaquin. You see, we already found 2 of your chests. Do you want to try that again?
All right, there's... Found 2 chests?
Yep.
You found one too many chests. And you're missing some strong boxes.
Oh, sorry, no. 1 chest, 3 strong boxes.
Yeah. Yep. That's about right.
Don't fuck with me.
All right. Look over there. He points to the back. There's a fire over there. There's kind of just a tiny little inlet. Move some of the rocks around. You'll find a satchel.
I'll go and I'll do that.
Okay.
Did I find it?
You find it. You find another inside that satchel. There's another vial, similar to the ones you found on the 2 wet bandits, and the wet bandits. And then you find what looks like a potion of healing.
So there's 2 vials that are still filled with something?
Yeah.
Okay. Come back. What are these?
That one's healing. That one's water breathing.
Why do you need those?
In case you get hurt, and in case you want to swim through that river over there.
This one? And I'll point that way.
Yeah, but the other direction.
What part?
The part you have to swim under.
The one where you can climb on the wall instead?
Sure.
I told you not to fuck with me, and I'll mold earth, and I'll pull out the ground, but the cube, so like the cube, this one of the corners will be right under his head, so his head just falls back in a hole, and only his head.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Give me a ability check using your spellcasting modifier and proficiency.
I don't wanna. I rolled a 1.
Okay. So you kind of misjudge the fact that he's all hogtied up by you and scoop away a little bit too much. He falls over backwards,
5 feet down.
5 feet down, landing on his head, and takes 1 point of damage and dies. Well, goes unconscious. Cricket, you see Darren say, "Don't fuck with me," and then scoop out the earth below the bandit, and he falls in, and you don't hear anything from him.
To be fair, you also heard him go, Well, that was supposed to happen that way.
I go over to the bandit.
Yeah.
Um,
I meant to only, like, scare his head.
I reach a hand down.
Okay.
You see the same glow as earlier. He heals for 2.
All right. He wakes up and immediately is. I swear to God, I was so sorry. Look, it's just if we want to get through that.
And I like lift him up.
By the hog tie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I kind of lead him out. I
Okay.
take it we didn't tie his legs. Oh, he's
no, he
hog-tied.
hog-tied him.
Yeah. So
I've
you would
seen-
have to pull a full-grown man 5 feet straight up.
Yeah. May I attempt that?
Go for it.
Athletics?
Yes.
Not bad. 16.
It's a struggle, but you slowly do it.
Yeah.
What's your string score?
It's, I think 11 or... Hold on. It's a 12. I rolled a 15.
Huh.
So, I will subtly be casting minor illusion
Okay.
throughout this entire conversation with him. So, you see me open my mouth and I begin to speak. Look, I understand that sometimes you have to do some work that maybe isn't the most shiny, isn't the most amazing and spectacular of work. I get it. Unlike my friend here, I'm not going to use any scare tactics. I just want to talk to you. I want you to tell me everything you know. Any information that might benefit me and my friend. See, we're just here trying to find some items. So what can you tell me that might be useful for me?
Pearls. We're looking for pearls.
He coughs a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I just got hired on about 3 weeks ago. Chumba and Wamba were traveling through the east of here. Picked up some mercenaries, a few of us. I wasn't really meshing with this group. None of us like the same music. And
I get it.
anyways, somebody just kind of wandered into this cave and thought it'd be a good place to stash some of our stuff while we kept pillaging, and every now and then we'd stop someone on the highway and get some of their stuff, and we had a pretty good stash of loot. Sounds like y'all found it. Those potions were off of some guy in a real fancy looking cart. I don't know anything about pearls. We found rubies, some diamonds. We got an emerald. No pearls.
Are there any more of you in here?
No, I was trying to tell him when Jarrett came back, he rounded everyone up and we were, waiting to ambush you as he came through.
Why is Jarrett like that?
Well, the leaders had a bit of a temper. Thought it's his fault for not stopping y'all, for letting Farrell get killed. They took their anger out on him.
Did you do anything before you became a bandit?
What do you mean?
Do you have skills?
We had a farm with some animals, and we tried growing stuff, but soil wasn't any good. Starved every year. Guys came through with money. Sound like a way that we could make some too.
Let me ask you a question. If you found an honest living, you think you could stick to that?
This was a desperate attempt at finding something better.
You said you
yeah.
worked on a farm before, right?
Yes.
You know your way around farm animals?
The animals, yeah. The plants, not so much.
That's fine. I'll tell you what. There's a city south from here called Ormondshire. Are you familiar with it?
That's why we stay here, is travel to and from Ormondshire.
There's an inn called the Grey Cask.
Okay.
It's got some nice people in there. You could find a room for about 2 silver. I'm going to give you 12.
Okay.
Go there.
All right.
Find yourself some work. And stop this.
I don't have any skills. What am I gonna do?
With my short time of being in Almondshire, or in my travels of like coming northward, do I know like the closest farmstead?
We'll ask the other DM this.
The one who's a little more proficient in the lore. Give me a history check.
Give me a history check, John.
21.
21. There are a couple of farming villages. One thing that 21. Ormondshire is pretty close to the coast, so it wouldn't necessarily be a farming village. It'd be more of a fishing village. But I mean, it's worth a shot. Closest farms would probably be Orthana Farms. It's small, but it's west towards the coast. And then, of course, there's the fishing setups.
Oh. Go over, have a firebolt in my hands, grab the hogtie, burn it loose, take out 5 gold. Oh, wow, you're not the DM. Take out 5 gold. Toss it in my hand. Look. I know what it feels like to break your back every day for a living. I used to think I hated it, but so I try to do something else. At the moment, I'm a little stuck where I am, but there's a couple places around. So, Othan?
Orthana,
There's the Orthano farmstead, a little
west.
west of here. There's a fishing village if you'd rather be calm by the sea or lake, whatever it is. I haven't been over there yet. Here's 5 gold.
He'll take it.
But I promise you, if I ever see you exploiting people's weaknesses, hurting others, overpowering someone else to get your way in this world, I will make sure that you slowly burn to death from the inside out. I will find a grain of sand, heat it
I think he
until the
gets
end
it.
of time, and let it burn through your throat, your lungs, until you die. Just let it sit in there till all of you is consumed. Do you understand?
He glares at you. Yes.
How comfortable do I feel with his yes?
You feel like he was probably on that direction until you started talking.
Say that again.
You feel like he was probably in the direction of an honest yes until you started talking.
So now he's not going to go do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just.
I'll pick him up, help him up by his hand. I'm sorry our paths had to cross like this, but we can only do better in the future, can we?
You pick him up?
Yeah.
Are you holding him or anything?
I helped him up.
Okay. He'll walk over to Jarek and check on him. With the little bit of healing you gave him, he's coming to a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to work on getting Jarek up in a standing position. Come on, Jarek, we got to get out.
Do you have food or anything?
We'll make it. And he walks off with Jarek over one shoulder.
Hey, Joaquin,
Yeah.
when you get to the Great Cask, tell Brenna Cricket sent you.
Cricket. Okay.
She'll give you a warm welcome in. I hope to see you in the future. And I look at Darren. If you decide to do anything else, I just hope it makes you happy, dude. And I just kind of help Jared up.
Right. So you kind of help him situate Jarek a little better on his shoulders as he walks back out.
Mm-hmm.
Has a rough time getting Jarek
As I'm helping
around the waterway.
As I'm helping him get Jared up, my hands start to subtly glow again. And I heal Jared for another 5.
Okay. Starts walking a bit better. Jarek kind of climbs on the wall to get her around the water better, and you see them leave. And then as they're leaving, you hear Jarek. Oh, well, I thought that they were going to be some bad guys, but they seem pretty good. They helped me out quite a bit, didn't they, now, Joaquin? Look, man, one of them was kind of cool. The other's a bit of a dick. He killed fucking everybody in there. I wouldn't trust him.
I killed half of the people.
He killed the vast majority.
If you, man, don't hate the player, hate the game, son.
But they're gone.
How much of the rest of this do I remember?
As you come up to this vast cavern right here, you know that it's not too far up ahead. Although you kind of thought that whenever you were going under the water,
The waterway?
before. It's kind of like, you know, if you you're on Instagram and it auto refreshes to the top of the feed, and so you're trying to like scroll really fast to get to where you were, and like every now and then you'll see a meme or something. You're like, oh yeah, I'm pretty close to where I was before.
Yeah.
But then you keep going, and you're like, all right, now I'm pretty
there's another
close.
meme I remember.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh man.
So you like every time you find something new, you're like, oh yeah, I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. But you're pretty sure right now that you're close to where you can get into the mansion.
All right.
The what?
Mansion.
There's a mansion?
That's where we initially were going.
I thought we were going to get some pearls.
Yeah, maybe you should get some information from people.
So I kind of gesture to Darren to
Who, him? The one that won't speak to me?
keep going,
Where are we going?
and I gesture forward.
Look, if we are looking for pearls come from clams. I'm assuming they're going to be in the water. I'm thinking that big hole earlier is where we need to go.
I shake my head.
Well, why not?
I bring Sally out. Pearls come from the ocean. Do you see any oceans around here?
Put my finger down. Taste the water. Is it fresh or salt?
It's fresh water.
Do I know if there are any freshwater clams that make pearls?
Roll nature.
12.
Marcus, roll
Could be.
nature.
Could be.
I continue walking forward. I kind of whistle to myself, a jaunty little tune.
Hey,
I turn back.
you're all right.
I give a kind of like flourish little bow, and so does Sally. She kind of gives a curtsy.
But here's two things I know. One, don't sell other people in a negative light. Because if they try to redeem themselves, then it's just going to be for vain. And two, you use a lot of magic, dude. You can tell when you're doing some of it. So,
I'll like put Sally back in the bag. I do a little like magician's like no hand, no nothing in this sleeve, nothing in this sleeve, and then like I shake my hands with a little like flourish, and in like the distance, like in thin air, you hear a voice go, "Thank you," with my mouth closed.
I like it. Let's take the Steve Bushwhack Pillow of Inspiration.
Thank you.
push punch, sure.
Bush Muncher.
It's hard to speak. My mouth is hurting. Right.
I keep walking forward.
Oh, we were still talking.
Are we? Oh, okay.
I mean, we had a pause outside of the game, not in the game.
Mhm.
Did something happen keep you from speaking? Or are you just... Do you just not like people? One or two?
I bring Sally out. It's a bit of a long story, but here's the deal. If you help out and you try not to kill more innocents or people who haven't aggressed against you, Cricket will tell you the story.
Well, here's the thing. Cricket was a little farther back, and as soon as they saw my light, they started to fire. So there's equal amount of aggressions on both sides right here.
Right.
You're jumping to conclusions and assuming I'm a bad guy, just because
I know you're not a bad guy, Darren.
well, you're painting me in the light that other people might think that.
I think you make bad decisions, Darren.
I don't. I make clear, like, rational decisions. You have a room full of 8 people armed coming at us.
That's not what he's talking about, Darren.
Then what's he talking about?
I hope you learn.
Learn what?
Nothing. He just kind of stands there for a little bit and drops his head and turns and starts walking.
Hey, take this. We'll hand him a potion of healing. See you around. I don't follow people who don't talk to me, who don't give me, who will willingly keep secrets from me as I'm walking to a cave. Doesn't settle right with my soul. I'll start walking out the other way.
George is adding a healing potion to his inventory.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'll make the light cantrip shine as bright as it can. I'll start walking towards the entrance of this cavern.
You probably get about 15 feet away.
Okay.
You hear another, like, the same voice, but it's almost as if he's, like, right behind you. Wait.
What?
Sit down.
I'll turn around. Gesture for him to lead.
He walks up to you, hands you the potion.
Put it back.
You take a seat.
Wait for him to like initiate the sitting down.
Oh, he's not sitting down.
Then I'll stand.
Have a seat. This is going to be a long story.
Then you sit down as well.
I don't sit to tell you a story.
And I don't have to sit to listen to a story.
It helps.
I bet it could. But you're really not in a place for me to be trusting of you. So, I will stand.
All this while, you see his hands kind of moving gesturally. You understand this to be some somatic components. And he's not moving his lips.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Where do I begin? I don't speak to you formally. Not as an insult. Far from it. I understand you have abilities. You are a mage of sorts. And I can only imagine you gather your power from yourself. Some sort of ability inherent to you. Am I wrong?
I'll bring the book out of my bag. Mainly this. I'll put it back in.
I don't know. I've seen some studied practitioners. They come to the cask every once in a while. Your magic's different. Yours seems to be like some sort of inherent ability. Like it comes from within you.
All right, yeah, some of it does.
Well, as you can tell, I'm also able to a lesser degree, cast these abilities, these incantations. But unlike you, I don't know where it comes from. I've never known. Ever since I was a little kid, I grew up in a foster home. And one day, really young age, I came across, it was strange, this small little creature. And it spoke to me. This almost light of a being. And we quickly became friends. The only friend I'd had at that point. And we'd talk. And then she would tell me secrets. And anytime I spoke those secrets out loud, things would happen. The world would change. After a while, I got scared. The secrets started becoming phrases. Everyday things. It came to a point where anytime I opened my mouth, something would happen, good or bad. And I didn't understand it, so I kept my mouth shut. After a while, it became the normal. People just expected it from me. And I bounced from house to house to a point where no one knew if I could speak. But my friend, she stayed with me, kept me company. But I couldn't really bring it out in the public. People would look at me, wouldn't understand. So I made her a house of sorts. And I brought her with me at all times.
Sally.
Yeah. So don't take it as an insult. I'm still pretty new at this. And honestly, I don't like the sound of my voice.
Well, I've heard 4 different ones, so I don't know which one's actually yours. But when I said that you were keeping secrets from me, it wasn't your life story. I could have waited for that. The fact that y'all, both, not sure what a.
At this point, I'm going to bring Sally out. And just kind of, I'm not putting my hand on her anymore. I just kind of let her fly afloat. And you see now these somewhat like translucent wings, almost like a dragonfly, kind of flutter in a quick repetition. And she's flying.
Eyes trained on her now, like, I knew there was something fucked up with that doll.
Hi.
Oh, you waved on your own. Hi. The wisest of choices is more what I was curious about.
As y'all sit and talk,
Stand.
you stand and talk. From the distance up ahead, you start to hear a pig that is in extremely excruciating pain. The sound of a pig in full fear screaming for its life.
Sounds by John.
I quickly take Sally and put her in my bag, and I start heading that way.
So one is moving in that direction? Okay. You walk towards the end of this portion and come up to where the walls narrow back around the river. As you get to this point, you do start to remember it's just ahead. You're just about there.
Is it just around the river bend?
Just around the river bend.
Cool.
Just around the river bend.
Do you keep going?
I look back, see if Darren's following me.
I haven't moved.
I get about 30 feet away from him. What do you want?
I already said. Why do y'all assume I don't make the wisest decisions?
I think you're quick to pull the trigger. I'm not talking about the scores of bandits that were attacking us and then you retaliated. I'm talking about trying to coax your way out of something without immediately blasting someone. Is that all you have in your repertoire?
Magically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because if I want to persuade or connect with somebody, I want that to come from me, not the magic. I want it to be based on my personality, on the way I can connect with them, not from a spell. And you may assume I know exactly where this magic comes, but I don't. I know it drives me towards something. It has an innate desire that it follows. So if I want to connect, if I want to try to talk to somebody, it's through me. But I also understand that the way this shook out, it's probably the best way it could have. Because let's say we didn't come down here yet, and what was his name? The Tabaxi?
Jarrett?
And they already beat Jarrett to a pulp. They sent another one. He couldn't find us. He gets beat to a pulp. Rinse and repeat. So it's just the two big guys left over. Or Jarrett's already beat. We come down and we don't leave one or two left alive. Or we try to talk to them and they have nothing, like they don't care because they're already outlawed. There were guards walking around trying to find them like earlier this morning or yesterday.
They were?
Yeah. So we couldn't save all of them. You can't convince everybody.
But you can try.
I could. I'm also not going to get killed in the process of doing it.
Okay. I believe you.
And I mean, that goes for the same for if you or Ashlock, especially him, if he's trying to do that role of trying to convince somebody to not be aggressive or anything, if it doesn't work, if I don't see it working, I'm going to protect him. I will protect you. I will protect anybody around me who bad people are coming against. You can't convince every one of them. Would I like to have? Yes. But from my experience of magic that alters or affects someone's like mental capacities, once it wears off, they know. And they could be really pissed. And so you may have not had enemies now, but once it went away, they could have looked for you, hunted you down. And how well do you think you'd still be able to keep using magic that way for them to not hurt you?
That's a good point.
Do I want to burn everyone? No, I don't. Rather not. But if I see a situation where it doesn't seem like it's going to go any other way, that's what I'm going to do. I'd rather have this fire to protect, and I'd rather be in control of it than not be in control of it and just burn everything. Because I promise you, I could let more loose than what you see.
I believe you.
Now, let's go see about a pig.
Yeah. I start heading that way.
So you go just around the river bend.
And I'll follow him like 10 to 15 feet behind.
Okay. And as you get around the bend, you look up, and on the ceiling, directly above the river, you see a hole. And if you mapped it out, this is going to be directly where that mansion is over this river.
What mansion? Was this something we talked about like at an earlier time and I just forgot?
Well, this is something that Ashlock was trying to tell you that you just kind of made him stop talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
But I know about it. So, is that the only entryway we see?
Yeah,
Or-
that's the only way to get in. Everything else has been barred off and blocked by magic.
How high up is the hole?
It's only about 5 feet up.
Okay. Now, is it slick? Is it smooth? What is it? The texture? Is
The
it
hole?
climbable? Yeah.
If you could reach it, it's actually worked stone,
Mm-hmm.
and you could pretty easily climb up into the hole as long as you can reach it.
He kind of gestures upwards.
Keep leading.
All right. Are there any loose rocks?
Like around the side of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plenty.
I pick one up, cast light on it, and I just toss it upwards. See how high the hole goes.
It goes up as you throw it up. You see it illuminates a room.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of hits a wall and falls to the floor
Mm-hmm.
of that room.
Oh. I listen. Anything?
Nothing.
Thumbs up. And then I jump up and try to start climbing.
Okay. Yeah, you can high jump to it
Mm-hmm.
and climb your way up. As you get up to the top, you look around, you've got that light cantrip on the rock. You see to the side a bucket, and there's some piping
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the floor with a little crank on it, and the hole. And that's all there is in this 5x10 room.
Mm-hmm.
Looking around, you see dust so heavy that the rock actually looks like it's glowing because it's just illuminating all the dust around it.
Right.
And any movement, you can see swirls of dust just follow the air.
I kind of assess the area and look down and give the motion like up to Darren.
Start climbing up.
All right. To the side, you see that there is a door.
Mm-hmm. I press my ear to it and I take a good listen.
You listen for a second, 2 seconds. Then a blast of that squealing pig.
I like retract my ear a little quickly, squint, and just wait for Darren to get up.
He's up.
I like gesture to like loud noises past the door.
I'll nod and be like, all right, we'll go.
I'll like check the doorknob slowly, see if it's locked.
Open.
I'll like slowly open it.
Okay. That's where we'll pick up next time.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
On Out of Character.
All right. Thank you for everyone who's listening.
Thank you.
We've officially made it to episode 20, everyone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Word up, yo.
If we were a latte, we'd be a venti.
I will never say that again. I apologize.
What, the word up?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was dumb.
it was.
All right. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next time.